AHOF has just dropped the teaser for, and it's nothing short of spectacular. From the first few seconds, it feels less like a teaser and more like a dream. One that pulls you into a world where truth and illusion dance together. Every moment feels like a story unfolding a journey from confinement to freedom. Pinocchio doesn't just seem to tell the story of one person. It feels like a reflection of all the moments we pretend, fall, and rise again. This comeback from AHOF already feels like something deeply emotional, not just a performance but a passage through honesty, loss, and self-discovery. So today, let's look closer and softly explore what Pinocchio could mean. Not just as a song, but as a story of finding what's real in a world full of make-believe. AHOF has once again proven their artistry and emotional depth with the release of the teaser for Pinocchio, the title track from their upcoming second mini-album, The Passage. From its very first frame, Pinocchio draws viewers into a world where illusion meets truth and beauty collides with pain. It's clear that this comeback is more than just a musical return. It's a bold artistic statement, one that explores transformation, authenticity, and the courage to face reality. With the full release set for November 4th at 6 p.m. KST, AHOF invites fans into what may be their most profound and introspective era yet. The teaser begins with Cha Wung-ki, his face softly illuminated as he gazes toward the sky. There's a quiet yearning in his eyes, a longing for something real amidst layers of illusion. JL follows, standing alone in a misty void, his expression filled with silent awareness, as if he's awakening to the truth behind the dream. Shuyabo's appearance brings calm before the chaos, grounding the unfolding imagery with a sense of stillness. Park Han's forward fall mirrors surrender, not as defeat but as liberation, the courage to let go of what no longer serves him, framed by surreal floating objects like a pear, captures the blurred line between the real and the imagined, symbolizing the fragile world idols often inhabit, one where perfection and truth constantly collide. Stephen and Daisuke's descent through the sky continues this motif of release, their fall feeling less like despair and more like freedom. It's as though invisible strings are finally cut, each of them reclaiming their autonomy in a moment of weightless surrender. Then comes one of the most striking moments. Juan leaps into an abyss, his body suspended mid-air before crashing through glass. The soundless shattering becomes the pivotal image of the teaser, the breaking of illusion, the painful collapse of everything false. Seo Jongwoo later reappears, forming a frame with his hands as 9 birds soar across the vast blue sky. This becomes the turning point of the teaser, a moment of rebirth and clarity. The act of framing symbolizes perspective, as if Jongwoo can finally see the truth of the world around him. The 9 birds represent AHOF as a whole, united and eternal. Though Chi-en is currently on hiatus and not seen in the teaser, his absence carries a message and assurance that AHOF will always be 9. His spirit remains ever present, like a heartbeat woven through the group's story, constant and irreplaceable. The transition from each member's individual fall to all of them running together through a sunlit field feels like the emotional heart of the concept. The fall speaks of loss, struggle, and disillusionment, while the run signifies renewal, peace, and liberation. The wide, glowing field evokes a heavenly garden, a place of rest and rebirth where pain transforms into serenity. It's a passage from illusion to truth, from confinement to freedom. This imagery ties into the deeper message that Pinocchio carries, a reflection on the pressures, expectations, and silent struggles within the K-pop industry. The members falling from what appears to be a massive structure, reminiscent of the Tower of Babel, symbolize breaking free from the towering systems that once controlled them. The moment Juan crashes through glass feels like rebellion and revelation all at once. The moment illusion shatters and truth emerges. In many ways, Pinocchio feels like a tribute, a solemn yet hopeful homage to artists who have been lost to the weight of perfection. Those who gave everything to their craft until the burden became too heavy. The run through the radiant field becomes a symbol of peace after pain, of finding release beyond the struggle. Like puppets cutting their own strings, AHOF turns their fall into flight, telling the story of those who long to be real. Their journey through this teaser feels like a requiem and a rebirth, a promise that even after darkness, light can still be found. Ultimately, Pinocchio is a story of breaking illusion, confronting truth, and reclaiming freedom. It speaks of the courage to fall and the strength to rise again. The title, Pinocchio Hates Lies, takes on deeper meaning here. It's not only about honesty with others, but also about the bravery to face one's own truth. AHOF's artistry in this teaser radiates both sorrow and hope, acknowledging the pain behind the beauty of creation. The visuals evoke reflection, the music promises catharsis, and the symbolism lingers long after the final frame fades. As the Pinocchio teaser comes to an end, it leaves behind more than just questions. It leaves a feeling, a quiet ache, a sense of falling and finding peace in the air. Watching AHOF move through this story feels like witnessing transformation, from pain to clarity, from illusion to truth. The song and its visuals seem to speak of freedom, the kind that comes after struggle, the kind that feels both sad and beautiful. The moment the members run together beneath the open sky feels like release, as if they've finally found a world where they can just be. And even with Chi-En on hiatus, the 9 birds that soar through the sky remind us that AHOF will always be 9. Their bond, their artistry, their message, it continues, no matter what. As we wait for the full release on November 4th at 6 p.m. KST, one thing is clear. Pinocchio is more than a comeback. It's a story about becoming real, about learning to fly after the fall. So, let's be ready, because AHOF's Pinocchio might just be the moment where truth and beauty finally meet.